On July 28, 2005, Longmeadow resident B.J. Williams, who was 21 at the time, was involved in a car accident that almost brought his life to an end.
Okay, so this is our interview with B.J. Williams of the Brain Injury Association of Massachusetts, talking about his own personal journey as a survivor and how he is putting it to good use in his life's work here. What's your job here at the Brain Injury Association, B.J.?
So at the Brain Injury Association, I oversee all of the prevention programs. So I am the program manager of the prevention department and some of the educational series as well that we have here. About 6 years ago is when I came to this position.
Yeah.
And association, I should say.
Yeah. And up to that point, you had a promising career as a hockey player, is that right?
I was on the road of that, yeah. Or at least I thought could been, yes. I was playing out in Boston for a junior hockey program, two different teams kind of flipping back and forth. Had a couple different looks from programs over in Europe, and before I could really kind of expand that and go back to Europe for a second time, kind of everything ended just one day. It was July 20th, Thursday afternoon. I was working a summer job with a best friend. His father was the owner of the company, and we were working out in Charlton, Mass. And we got on the highway to drive back towards Western Mass, where the office was located. We had a F-350 Ford truck, so one of the heavy-duty trucks. We had a trailer on the back as well with a Bobcat, a bunch of different pipes and other different machines and tools on it. And about 4 miles into the trip, everything went wrong. The driver was going a little too fast, roughly around 70 miles an hour. Lost control of the car because of the truck, because of the weight of the trailer. He ended up hitting the breakdown guardrail with such force.
Was this on the turnpike?
Yes, it was on the Mass Pike, yep. Yep, on the Mass Pike. With such force that it bent the truck in half almost. My door pried open. We went across the highway at about a 90-degree angle, and I was thrown out of the passenger seat. This was the first time in my life I never wore a seatbelt. Just not thinking for myself. I was on the way home to having a going-away party, because I was then making the journey of, it was the last day of work, and making the journey of seeing where I can go with hockey at that point. So it was kind of more excitement of what that day was going to bring. Getting home, the following day I was going to leave for vacation to see my parents and family who were already up in Vermont. So it was kind of just not thinking for the moment, which a lot of young individuals do. I was left with 5 skull fractures, 4 different skin grafts. I was left with no smell, no taste. I'm completely deaf in my right ear. Equilibrium was very tough for about the first 6 months. I had to go through a lot of physical therapy to really learn how to regain my balance, get up and out of a chair without falling over, getting out of bed without falling over. Even just bending over tying my shoes was very tough at that time.
And how long were you in the rehab facility?
It was just on my own, so I was going there about once or twice a week, and it was for about 6 months. One of the main fractures was right in my ear canal, reason why I lost my hearing, but that was what kind of made a mix to my equilibrium. I still have problems now when barometric pressure changes, so if a big storm's coming in, I get headaches. I get migraines at least once or twice a week, but I've just learned after about 7 years now how to deal with it.
And those symptoms will always be with you, or?
From what it seems, yeah.
That's what your doctors tell you?
Yes. Yeah. What brought me to this? It was honestly one night where I thought everything in my life had changed. I couldn't pick up the pieces. I couldn't do anything to better myself. Kind of, I guess you want to call it depression. That would be a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
I needed to stay physically active to show myself that, okay, my body's not broken. I might have setbacks that I can't go on the ice and skate, or I can't score that game-winning goal, but what else can I set out to do? So I set out with 1 marathon. It ended up being a half marathon. I barely survived it. And it just grew into another race, something new, and just wanting to really help other people who are going through setbacks, whether it's a brain injury, whether it's a loss in the family, whatever the setback could be, just learning that there's different things you can do to pick up the pieces. It's not everybody can go out and run a marathon, granted, but you could host a road race, you could do a fun race, or you could write a book about it, you could go publicly and talk about it. There's other ways to tell your story to maybe help pick up 1 or 2 people or have them look at it in a different direction. And when I did that, it was more enjoyable and more meaningful than ever scoring that winning goal, playing in Italy for Team USA. It was much more meaningful than all of those things.